Good evening and welcome to another episode of Dissect. I go by the name of Novelist,
And I go by the name of Jewel.
and of course, we have another exciting episode for you this evening, this Saturday evening. Hope everybody had a wonderful week. My week was quiet, Jay. How was your week?
You know what? I was dealing with the bipolar weather in Toronto. So it
Hmm.
was not restful for me, you know. Sometimes when the weather changes, my mood changes too. It
Yeah, I,
changes
I,
with the
I, I
weather.
feel you. I feel
So
you.
we had snow, we had spring, we had winter, we had all kinds of
In one
weather
week,
in one
and
week. Yeah.
today was very windy, like tornado. Like I think they should change the name of the country to bipolar. Done.
Bipolar.
Yeah, I thought we are gonna be in spring. I'm like, yo, summer's gonna be crazy hot, and I'm still wearing a jacket today. Like,
Yeah.
there was when was it? When did it snow? It snowed on, was it Wednesday? It snowed
It
or
was
Tuesday night,
Tuesday.
and then next day there was nothing on the ground. This
Yeah,
place is
it snowed and then it disappeared the next day.
yeah,
Like
it
we
looked like
were
a snowstorm.
imagining
Yeah,
it. Imagination.
this place is crazy. Anyway, welcome to Dissect, and yeah, like I said, it's gonna be an episode that's very informative. Um, a little fun, some serious vibes as well. We'll be talking to Blackberry Sound Crew later on. And as for now, we'll be talking to the man, Mr. Ajmal Skyo Pitters. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome the man, Mr. Skyo, to the program for I don't even know how many times. He's been there more than me. Welcome, Skyo, to the Dissect.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Thanks for joining. Thanks for
Hello,
joining us
hello.
again.
Yeah, once again.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
I'm counting in my head how many times Sky you've been there. No, this might be
Well,
your fourth time though,
yeah,
no?
that should be my fourth time. Yeah, that should be
Yeah,
my
yeah.
fourth time. Yeah.
Twice this season and twice last
Mhm.
season. So how's everything going on with you, man?
Well, everything not too bad. Taking it easy. You know already how it is.
Yes,
Just
yes. I
taking it easy. Can't complain.
I see you had a busy season. I don't know if you're resting now or you're still,
Well,
keeping
work
busy.
work not stopping. I
That's good.
was at it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, always doing something. It's either I producing or engineering or
Nice,
something.
nice.
Sounds
Mhm.
good.
Right. So you didn't no, oh yeah, you met Jewel. You met Jewel the last time you came
Yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah.
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 Yeah, I
It
know.
was brief. It was brief.
Yeah, very brief. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. So what was the carnival season like? Because I know you did a lot of like calypso stuff and
Hmm.
booyah stuff and
Um, I mean, the carnival was okay. It wasn't too bad. Um, I mean, honestly, that restriction stuff happening, and
right.
but I still was doing what I had to do in
Yeah.
terms of studio work, and what I mean. So I produced a couple stuff for the season.
Yeah.
It was a okay season.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
Indeed.
You know what? You know when the producer is not trying to be too cocky,
No,
It was
no,
okay.
man.
It was okay.
No, man.
because
I really,
I know you're real, but
yeah.
some of the tracks you put out this past season, it's
Mm.
like you put out one of the biggest Booyah tunes, which we use as the intro in
Mm.
is that they like Cali
Is that
next
the
week,
like?
and then you
Mm-hmm.
had some more calypso, so it was okay. All right.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It was cool. It was cool. I can't
Yeah.
complain.
He's being modest.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
so who were some of the artists you were with during the season as far
Mm.
as Calypso goes?
During the season, I worked with Carl in XP.
Right.
Is that they like? I did two tracks with Colton T. I did one with Janet Azuz. Um, yeah, and the
Janet
guitarist
Azus
was
Janet Azus sings what genre of music?
she's doing different styles.
Oh, okay.
Soca, Booyah,
Oh,
you
okay,
know.
okay, okay.
Yeah, but really something for the season. I don't know if you
Right.
heard it yet.
Not sure what is it. Was it? What did she put
Well,
on
you should check
Calypso?
it out. Ride the rhythm. That's the name. Ride the rhythm.
Ride the rhythm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So, all right. What's that like? What genre is that though?
Well, that is like a
A
booyah,
booyah? Okay.
soca kind of vibes mix. You know,
All right.
together. It have the booyah feel, but it has some influences of different genres like um, Afro beats and soca in there. So you should check it
Okay.
out.
All
Yeah,
right.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
I'll write that down so
yeah, man. Check it
so I
out.
won't forget.
It's
Right.
a
To
good
read it.
track. Mhm,
All right.
mhm.
Jay, go ahead.
Oh, we.
Yeah, I know you
Well,
got
I
some
want to
you
know
got some-
more about Ashmal because you know him more than I do.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
let me ask some questions.
No, man, go ahead, man.
Off the top, let's just start off because I'm getting to know you as
Yeah.
a producer, but I don't know much about you. So, first and foremost, I'm going to ask the ultimate question.
Mm.
How did you come up with your name,
Skyo. Well,
Skyo?
basically, it's the passion because, okay, there are two reasons for that. You know, one being the way that I construct music, the passion I have for it, how I take my time and stuff like that, and also
Mhm.
because I'm tall. So that's the yeah. So yeah, so that's the two reasons why they call me that, and it's
Okay.
like I'm not afraid of doing different stuff. I will
Yes.
approach it. So they just call me Skyo.
So
You
the
know,
sky's the limit for you, kind of thing,
yeah.
right?
That's what I was
Mhm.
gonna say too.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
that. Very unique and
very
fitting.
unique indeed. Mhm.
Yeah. All
That
right.
that
Thank
that
you.
I never actually asked that question, and I
For
actually never.
sure.
Because you know him, like
Yeah,
seriously.
but no, but
Yeah, you never asked that.
yeah, I never asked that. I never asked like it's like Kaza. I don't ask what Kaza means. I know it has to probably do with like his name, but like I don't know what a
Mhm.
Kaza is. Like,
Kasa, yeah, Kasa.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
so
always
yeah,
ask people
that's
that.
interesting. That's interesting.
Mhm.
Thanks for sharing.
Mhm.
And
Oh
then
yeah,
you have
man.
the typical reasoning behind the Caribbean reasoning behind the height thing. So yeah, is that one
Yeah,
of those
that's what it
techniques?
means. generally just I'm not afraid.
Yeah,
As you said, sky's the limit. So that's my vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Kyle. I like that.
Mhm.
All right. Thanks for
Yep.
sharing.
Hmm.
Y- But
Okay.
let me stay. I'm staying in the season still while Joe's trying to get to know you. Um,
Okay. Yeah.
this past carnival, you also came up with a new group,
Yeah.
or right?
Yeah.
Um, what's the name of the group?
The name of the group is Inner Core Unit.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, but you guys have broken. Was it IUC or something, right?
I see you. Yeah.
I see you. Sorry.
Yeah. I see
I
you. Yeah.
see-
Hmm.
All right. And you guys also put out some tunes, or I heard at least one tune.
Yeah. We put out
Last
one
time.
single for the season.
All right.
And we currently working on some more stuff.
Okay.
We're going to record some more stuff and to put out to the public very
Okay.
soon.
So
So look out for that.
yeah.
Yes,
So
I.
so is it just a band because the artist you with you is Biddle J, right?
Yeah, yeah, be the J.
So
Mhm.
right. So it's just you and Biddle J, or is there like a whole band
Well,
behind the?
well, there are other members. I don't
Okay.
to disclose the members as yet,
Right.
but there are other members. Are here.
Okay.
The back.
All right. So we can
Okay.
something to look out.
It's in the works. It's in the making.
Yeah, man.
Can you
Yeah,
give
man.
us a timeline as to when we can hear more about it, like when it will be launched?
Well, next month we'll be releasing some stuff. So you'll hear about it. We're working on it right now. So we're recording. We do what we have to do, mix, master. So it'll be
Mm,
ready soon. So look out for it.
I like that. Suspense. Keep us in suspense. Keep us
Yes.
waiting, looking, and wanting more.
Mhm.
Like that.
Yeah.
That's an interesting name though. Like I know like in a core, but when you just break it down to I
I
see
see
you,
you. Yeah.
it, it,
Just
it,
break it
it
down.
yeah,
You know.
it's interesting.
Yes.
So are we gonna hear is Beetle J the just the main lead for now, or is there other
Yeah. For now. Yeah. For now, we're just working a bit to J.
Right.
Um. just for now, but we have some other people here. So don't worry, you'll see this now. Yeah.
I know you don't stop working, so
No man, no man, no man. Just before I came here, I was, doing something, you know. So work not doesn't stop.
Yeah.
and
Well,
everything coming from the Booyah kitchen.
Who your kitchen?
we're in kitchen studio. Oh,
Right.
okay.
Yeah,
I like that. So
Who your kitchen.
mixing and blending and all
Yeah,
kinds of stuff. All
Who your
right.
kitchen studios.
That's what I was thinking about when you were talking about the song that you did for that artist. There's a mixture of bouillon, soca, and Afrobeat. It's like making a kalaloo, and I like to use the reference of
Yeah,
kalaloo because
yeah,
we understand it's so many different ingredients going into that.
Right.
So bouillon,
yeah. I mean, actually, bouillon is that is a combination of different styles. So I could just say it's a bouillon and
uh-huh.
not say anything else because bouillon is everything together
Yeah.
in one. So I could just say it's a bouillon.
Okay.
You
Hmm.
know, yes, yesterday, while, kind of premeditating on the show today,
Hmm.
I was thinking of the name Booyah Kitchen. And
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, when you think like for Dominican, if you say the word booyah, we would
Hmm.
think automatically the music, right? Booyah music. And I'm like, the name of the studio is Booyah Kitchen, but coming from the Booyah Kitchen is all different genres of music.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, that's a dope name. You can watch it like I don't know what kind of meditation I was on, but I'm like, you can watch it two ways, I mean, like
Yeah.
Booyah
Yeah.
music, but it's not only Booyah music coming
Yes.
from there.
Yeah. Well, I
So
have to big up my father for that.
yes,
The
Yeah.
play on words.
For, for,
Hmm.
for, for that vibe, Boyo Kitchen.
yeah,
It was already established, you know, before I even was, born. So
Do you
yeah.
feel that you were kind of swayed into the direction of being in music as well, or do you think that it was something that came natural to you?
well, honestly, it was natural. Um, yeah, it was natural. I actually, when I was younger, I always used to like go in the band house and mess with different instruments. I didn't know what I was doing. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But I just used to mess with it and just kind of checking. Let me see what I can do. I was going to mix up and see how this do, how that working, how
Mhm.
you know. So I had I had it already. It's a natural thing. Nobody influenced me. It
Mhm.
just was natural. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And a lot of people thought I was going to be a singer though. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you sing as well?
I don't sing, but because my father sings,
Ah,
they feel that I should be singing, but
following
I
his footsteps.
follow his footsteps, but I actually takes, a different, footstep, a different way, a different
Mhm.
vibe, you know?
Still music in a different aspect of music.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay,
Yes.
interesting.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Hmm. Yes, man.
So
Mhm.
shoot.
You lost your question? I
I
have
lost my
questions. I have a
question.
lot of questions to ask.
I, no,
Uh,
I had it right in front of me, and the thing just went off. So go
yeah,
ahead.
man.
I
Take
got
your
it now.
time, man. Yeah.
No, I asked that question because my father, in the 70s, he was a DJ.
Okay.
And my brother didn't have an opportunity to listen to hear my father DJ, but my father always played music. We always had music in the house. We had huge speaker boxes in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and my brother fell in line with that DJing as well. So it was
Mm-hmm.
just intrinsic. It was in him, and he know how to make. He makes his own beats as well. So
Oh, okay.
it just came up because it was natural for him as well. Just that's why I asked.
Yeah,
Thanks,
man.
Scott.
Yeah, man. It was a natural vibes. It wasn't something I was forced to go and do. It was just
Yeah.
something I just like. I just go. I was kind of inspired, and yeah, I just start doing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know.
I think music is a thing that just flows in us as a people as well. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we grew up in the house either hearing gospel. Well, in my case, as my generation was gospel or even country western music, like
Mhm.
you
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean, that your grandma or mom played, right? So we
Mm-hmm.
always have like this melody within us as a people. Not all of us can create, but I think
Mm-hmm.
we all have that, that vibe in us, that musical vibe in us.
Mm-hmm.
So for you, like when I look at somebody like you, that your father helped create a whole genre of music,
Right.
and plus music playing in the house, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't just booyah music playing in the house, because I've spoken to your dad, and
Hmm.
the things that come out of his mouth is like you have to do research on some of these artists, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I could see where maybe even being a baby and your subconscious just picking up artists you don't even know that you heard, you know what I mean, and just in the back there kind of a vibe.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
Right.
You're right about that, though.
So before I lost my question, I got it back.
Uh-huh.
In all the genres of music you play, and I know every genre has a different vibe. Like
Yeah.
booyah, soca could be very energetic, reggae could be very laid back, dancehall could be, somewhat hyper or even easy sometimes. Which one is your favorite to create or
Hmm.
work with?
Well, to be honest, if you know with this, I don't have no favorite. You understand
Just a
what I say?
vibe,
I don't have no favorite. It's
right?
no. It's like when I go in the studio and I say I'm gonna do that, I just going to do that. You
Right,
understand? It's not like I have a favorite genre to say like I like booyah. I like no.
right.
I like all types of music. Afro, booyah, soca, just name it. I listen to all of them,
Okay,
and I do what I have to do. You know?
nice.
Yeah. hmm But I don't have a favorite. Honestly, I really don't have a favorite
Mhm.
genre.
I find that a lot of music, either singers that we've asked that question, they have the same kind of answer
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
I
they have a
really,
love
really
of
don't.
music, right?
yeah.
So,
Mhm. As a producer, no, I really don't have a favorite because I'm a producer. So I mean, I do different things, so
Right.
different ways, and so I really do have a favorite. I
Everything
might
in
else.
that
like
way,
them. I might like a music over the other a bit, but to see me to have a favorite, no, not really.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's like a day by day thing. Like for me, I don't well there's certain music, like certain genre of music I will not listen to. And if I hear it around me, I just either block it out or I go away from it, right? But
Mm,
I listen to different genres of music, and for me it's like when I was younger I would listen to hip hop every day. Now I get up and it's like, okay, I might get up in the reggae vibe, I might get up in the soca vibe, I might get up in the R&B or hip hop vibe, right? So
mm.
is that the mode that you go with when getting into actually producing? Like you going into the studio, do you get up like, yeah, I feel in a reggae today, or I feel in, or you
No,
just
no.
know you have work to do and you just get to it?
Well, honestly, no. When I go to the studio, it's like I might be, on my keyboard and kind of be playing different melodies
Hmm.
and try different stuff, and so it's like I wouldn't have, in my head like I'm going to make a reggae today, I'm going to make this today.
Right.
No, it's like I just go in the studio and I just like and actually sometimes I just go in the studio. Yeah. Sometimes
Okay.
I didn't intend to go there,
Right.
but it's like I end up going there. And then I just start doing stuff. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Anytime. It could be 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I really
yes. Well, one of your artists kind of dropped that for us
Yeah.
a few weeks ago. He has you up any hour of the morning to work
yeah,
Yeah.
man,
him.
we were recording 3 o'clock in the morning, all kind
Yeah,
of a time.
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
So
Music is hard work.
yeah.
A lot of people, they hear the music, they enjoy it, or they quick to criticize it. And you have the right to criticize music, but it's
Yeah, yeah.
actually, even the music we call somewhat foolishness, or lack of lyrical content or whatever. It
Right.
actually takes a lot of work to actually produce
Yeah,
substance.
those
there's a lot of
things.
work. And the producing too. And also don't
Yeah,
forget the mix and the master.
yeah,
Mix and the master, is not easy, to edit. vocals and so it's a lot
Right.
of work.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I
Try
guess
to
I want to ask you a question, not to throw you under the bus, but
um
there must be an artist, and you don't have to call nobody name, but there's a must be an artist where you probably thought to yourself, "Man, I take a nice time and create this beat," and that Mister Come and sing. Is there any artist that you work with that you think are like,
well, honestly, I never feel like that because I guess sometimes the artists have what they want to sing, what they want to do. So
right,
it's like I not in their head. So
right, right,
it's like I mean that is their vibe. So I respect their
Mhm.
vibes. If it's that they
okay,
want to sing and everything have its place and the time.
true,
Mhm.
So if
true,
it's that they want to sing and it working for them,
right,
yeah, yeah,
So you go with the flow. You go with the flow. You
yeah. If
don't.
it's working for you, you go and change. So I doesn't really say that. Everybody
right,
different vibe, everybody
right,
different
right.
style.
That's nice.
So I don't criticize and say, boy, well, boy, Mister, no.
Yeah.
I like
Someone once said that you find the good in everyone. You try to find the good in everyone, which
yeah,
Yeah,
true,
somebody else, what was saying that, Colton was saying that,
yes,
yeah,
Colton was
he
saying
did say
that,
that. He did say that.
yeah, I do like to doubt people, If somebody
right,
come in my studio, I'll give them a chance. I'll not, tell them, what are you doing there, man? Like, come on, man. Like, what's
yeah,
this? Like,
yeah.
so long you're on this vocal, so long you're trying to sing a harmony, so long.
So you just
No,
let,
no, man. It's like I would take time with the artist and tell them, all right, let's try our best and get this. Take your time because sometimes just be really nervous.
right,
Mhm.
And so I tell them, you know what? Take your time and execute the thing. You know, it don't have to be perfect, but at least try it. If it don't work, it don't work. You understand? But I will not like shoo them away. Yeah,
all
yeah.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Just want to quickly remind the viewers that we have a WhatsApp number. If we can get that WhatsApp number, it just came by quickly on the screen. If you'd like to call in, it's 617-329-94. Come on, number 9434.
I was gonna
If you'd
say
like
that.
to send a message, a voice note to Skyo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
Sky, what the last song, well, not the last song, but the song before the last one that you produced for Kalin,
Colin, yeah,
Booyah Water,
yeah.
right? That was a successful song for
Mm-hmm.
like taking both for you, the producer and the artist.
Artist, yeah.
What was it like going into this one? Is that they like?
Well, it's that they like after the success of Boya Water, she well they called me and tell me, yeah, they need something
Right,
for this season coming up.
right.
So I gave them a bunch of stuff I had there, and then I told them to choose from it.
Oh, okay,
And that was the beat they chose, which is
that's a nice.
the as they like rhythm.
Right,
And yeah, they just come up with it, you know. Because Booyah Water was different. Booyah Water was, I built it from scratch, like taking a vocal and build it. But is that they like was a beat I had,
right.
constructed, and I sent it over and they took it.
Right.
Okay.
Hmm.
Let's touch on that a while.
Yeah,
Like the Booyah Water, you said you created the beat around vocals,
yeah,
right? Not a lot of people can do that.
yeah. Not a lot. And the thing is, to know this, it wasn't a vocal that was recorded in studio. It was a vocal that was used on a video that I take from the
Mm,
video, put it in my door, sync it, and construct that. It wasn't. Yeah, they didn't say nothing for me. It was somebody told me about it. I got the
right.
video, I download it, put it in my door, pop, 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 and I start to
You
do
create
what I have to
around
do.
it.
That's
Yes.
talent.
I won Boyo Song of the Year um, at the first Dominican Music Awards.
Right.
So Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah. So
Oh,
after that award is yours.
congratulations.
yeah,
Congratulations.
yeah.
Nice.
Exactly.
You're so humble, Skyo. Oh
Yeah,
my.
it won the award, the Booyah Song of the Year awards there,
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. That's
and
Congrats.
stuff like
Sky.
that.
Sky. No, I don't bring you back on Dissect. You know. Hey, Sky, how was it sitting? I was cool. The man have a award. Man have
Well, I mean, I have little vibes, you know.
that's good.
As you know already, I'm not that,
Yeah.
you know, close to
Humility is
my
awesome.
humble
Yeah.
and stuff. And also, I do engineering for a lot of artists as well, like Colton
Right.
T,
Right.
um, and other, artists around and bands, Ignition Band,
Right.
and a few others, you know.
Is that something that came natural too, or is that something that
Well, the
as
engineering, so let me tell you what. I start engineering because um, I used to give my beats to other guys to mix for me.
mm,
Now, when I get back the mix, it's like, like certain things wasn't, certain things I wanted buried, they bring it up. Certain things I wanted up, they bury it. So it was like, I can, but yeah. And I make that decision there about 2019. Actually, I made that decision and say, yo, I gonna start engineering my stuff. And from that
Mhm.
time, I start doing what I have to do. Um, read a lot, research, and then yeah,
right, nice.
So
So
yeah,
self-taught, basically self-taught engineer as well.
yeah, self-taught. I mean, I was doing it already, but
Yeah.
not like long.
Nice.
when
Good.
people enter the room.
I have a question.
Mm.
What do you think it takes now in our times? You know, Bouillon was created a while back in your father's times. What do you think it would take now to propel Bouillon music further,
Hmm.
and more internationally?
To me, marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Our biggest problem is marketing. We have a lot of good songs here, and they just stay in there. So I believe the marketing thing we have to kind of work on that to
Mm-hmm.
kind of push the music further. Is a great genre,
Yeah.
but it will have the support really from its people, really.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't say everybody, but the people that's really supporting it really not really kind of pushing it. So it's like the marketing just kind of weak. So that is my view of it.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
my
I hear a lot of artists say the marketing and
yeah
these things, but
the marketing.
I
The
I don't know.
marketing, not the music, man, is that's
So
something.
so do you think the marketing? Okay, let's just say it's the marketing of the music, but okay, if we know the marketing is the problem, and we've been
Mm-hmm.
saying that for I don't know the last 4 or 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
I find we're still doing the same thing over and over. So is it the managers that we have as for
Well,
our artists or bands? Is it the team? Like
um, yeah,
there's some
I think it takes a lot of money to market, and that is what those other artists and bands have outside there. They have the money, which
right.
you don't really, have. So, and they have a lot of different agencies they can work with. We really don't really have that.
Right.
Here. So it's like it's a big problem. But I must say the money, is the kind
Right.
of issue here.
Mhm.
Because it's money to market.
Yeah.
Right.
You understand? So
So
yeah,
support from the government, from your government,
yeah.
would
I
be
think the government should get more involved
beneficial.
with
Yeah,
the
for sure.
music industry.
Mhm.
Because it have people like me. That all. I mean, we there. I mean, we do what we have to do, but again, we don't really have
The support.
the support. To kind of do what we have to do. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's kind of the money
Right.
uh,
Yeah.
problem.
So how
Yeah.
does I mean, wow, that's a huge. This is a whole show by itself to
Mhm.
discuss that.
Oh, true.
Oh
Like,
yeah. Oh
it's
yeah.
political,
Yeah.
right? So
Yep.
it's a
Yeah.
whole show by itself.
Yeah,
Mm.
because there's so much ways we could swing this, and
Yeah,
like I don't want to dwell on this too much because
yeah,
we
yeah.
Yeah.
don't have that much more time. But
Yeah.
while doing dissect, I see a lot more problems why the music is not leaving Dominica,
Yeah.
and that's why when you guys said marketing, I'm sitting in there like, yeah, I
Mm.
kind of agree, but I disagree. And like,
Mm.
yeah, that's a whole other show on itself, right?
Yeah.
Because with Dissect, I get to make a lot of phone calls, and the people in the back
Okay.
that you meet, they make a lot of phone calls,
Mm.
and we deal with a lot of managers, and some people are just not managing. So I'm just saying.
Yeah. That's, but we have some good artists
Yeah. Oh yeah, Dominica have
around here.
excellent artists.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dominic,
amazing
the
artist.
artist
Yeah,
is the artist in Dominica is
not the
not the
issue.
problem at all, at all, at all, at all. Like
Yeah,
you
man.
said, like you
There's
said,
some
as
good
a
artists.
producer, okay. When I look at art in the kitchen, you have a probably a art of bowl of fruits, whatever, right? You would
Yeah.
not put that in your bathroom. You would not put that in your bedroom. In
Right.
your bedroom, you might have a I don't know a woman holding some type of thing. You're not gonna put that in your kitchen. So every art fits different place. So the
Mm.
problem is not the artist. It's marketing, but who's the ones doing the marketing?
Yeah. The marketing is the problem.
Right. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah,
Yes,
we'll have you back on. I mean, how many times now? We'll have
that'll be
him
the
back
fifth time we'll talk
to the
about that.
fifth for the
well,
fifth time.
I
We'll
mean,
have a round table.
we have a lot to talk about. So yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
no problem on
you
some of
know.
the show.
But okay, so we have ICU
Yeah,
to look out for in the next few
I
months.
see
You said,
you.
and that's gonna straight booyah or is it mixed up?
Different genres.
Oh,
We plan
okay,
to do different stuff.
right.
Also we have the Booyah Africa Rhythm coming out soon.
Mm,
We had some delays, but to be out very soon.
all right,
And we have other stuff, coming out
all
soon.
right.
Yes, sir.
Well, I personally will be hitting you up for a rhythm. Um, hopefully, I don't know, in May, June somewhere.
Yeah,
I, I was talking to Wetty Beats them. I need to drink extra sugar in my juice, so I'll switch up locals. But
yeah,
when I come in, I come in.
yeah. Hmm.
So, oh, before we leave, I gotta say, happy birthday to one of Dissect's um top fans, Glenda.
Glenda,
She
yes,
happy birthday
yes,
to you.
top fan.
Yes, yes,
Birthday, Miss Glenda. I don't know who you are, but happy birthday, Miss
Yes,
uh,
happy
Glenda.
birthday again.
for
Wish
sure.
you many more.
So,
Um,
Sky, anybody you wanna reach out or big up? I mean, or
well, I just want to big up everybody, the supporters, the fans, everybody that's supporting the vibes, Booyah
right?
Kitchen, Saucy Skyo. Um,
Mhm.
that's the new name. It's no longer Skyo Beats. Um, so it's Saucy Skyo right there. That's the spelling.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, you can't just say that and go. You have to explain that.
Well, sauce. Well, the A. Already the A stands for Ajmal. So
Okay.
the number
Right.
one sauce.
Mm.
I thought you were trying to say you're saucy.
The number one sauce where it comes from.
He's saucy.
You see, that's what you have to explain
That's
it.
the number one sauce. So
Nice.
easy to set in your alphabet.
Okay.
So the
All
number one.
right.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank
Well,
you.
my family, keep up the
Yeah.
good work, man. You know, you're doing your thing, and we will talk very soon. You know what I mean? Keep in
Mm.
touch, and I know I'll see you again here next season. So
Yeah, man. Thanks
that's what
for
I'm
having
first.
me.
Yeah, man. After
Yes.
all,
Nice chatting with you.
All right. I'll
all
take it
right.
easy, man.
Take care.
Yeah.
All right.
That was the man, Mr. Ajmal Skyo Peters, and the man tell me, yeah, the season was cool. The man has, awards, some of the biggest calypso songs for the season, uh, some of the biggest booyah songs for the season as well. So that was the man Skyo Beats, man, definitely doing his thing for the booyah kitchen down there in Dominica.
Yeah. I appreciate his humility. It's definitely telling about his character and,
Mhm.
the drive that he has and the seriousness behind his music. Yeah.
True. Well, and I believe we have some more guests in the back. Do we? Are they there yet? I hope so. These cats are like legendary as far as DJing up here in the Toronto area. I guess you could say putting Dominica to a next level. Um, I'm just gonna let them explain themselves and how they started and how long they've been there. Oh man, my boy Steve. I like to call him Steve Austin, Mr. Allen, Steve Allen, and of course the man Neil Sever, the Blackberry Sound crew, is joining us right here on Dissect. Let's do this,
All right.
gentlemen.
Okay.
Hey, what's going
Good
on?
evening,
Good
gentlemen.
evening.
So we're sitting among legends now.
Oh boy.
So what's going on? Neil, I guess let's start with you. Introduce yourself, and then we'll go to Steve.
I'm Neil Severin, one of the members in Blackberry Sound Crew. I don't know much more you want to know now. You want to move off to Steve, or
I,
I'm shy. I'm shy. I'm shy.
I know I know that was coming in. That's why I called
Yeah,
you
You know
out
what?
it takes
That's actually one of my questions, and I'm gonna get there with that
what's
shyness about DJs. We're gonna talk about that.
that?
I, so Steve, Mr. Austin, like I
Yes,
call
sir.
you, I call you Mr. Austin. Your name is not Steve Austin. I call you that.
Well,
Do
a
you,
lot of people call me that.
okay, do you
Okay.
think?
How are you doing? Yeah, so
Not
I'm
bad.
Stephen Allen. Go by the name of Steve Austin, I guess, to some folks. And I kind of like Neil. We kind of play the background, more so me probably than Neil. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, but uh, I think part of our story is just that everybody has their lane, and mine kind of evolved to playing the background. So
Right.
that's where we are.
Hmm.
But it did not always start. It did not start that way. It wasn't always that way.
Correct.
It's
And we're
a
gonna dissect
background
that
foreground.
story tonight. We're gonna dissect
Yeah, so oh man, we're gonna have to go way back. Like we're going back to like early '90s now.
Yeah,
Um,
mid '90s more,
Yeah,
yeah,
right? For
yeah,
Blackberry, like
true.
I think 96 ish or so. I
'96.
can't remember.
yeah, about 96.
Yeah,
Was
for
it
me,
Blackberry and Kid Cut a lot?
Yes, with
no.
like
Yeah.
we
Wasn't
had
it?
this.
Kid
Good.
Kid
Baby
Cut.
Blue.
Maybe
Did you do something with Kid Cut?
Did we? I can't remember.
Around
we,
around
we
the
played
time
with a
when
lot of people.
Yeah, yeah.
around the time when you guys came out, it was a lot of Blackberry, a lot of Dr. J, like
All
the
right.
Yeah,
Soca Kingdom,
Soka
Soca
Kingdom,
Kingdom.
yeah.
Mhm.
Kingdom of Soka. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
It was
true.
a small group like doing the whole soca thing. Like I actually started when I was 16, so we're going back to 86.
Damn.
But then like yeah, and then I kind of stopped, backed off. Like
Right.
early 90s, life changed. I got into like wanting to do studio production and audio engineering. So kind of backed off, was rolling my boys Rampage. You remember Baby Blue Sound Crew, all those guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those guys actually spawned from those guys.
Yeah.
Chris,
Wow.
what's his name? Jason Chambers, all those guys. So
Hmm.
one of my oldest friends in that, Leighton, Love Jones, he's on a lot of reggae production too. That's the guy actually got me started DJing. Like we all kind of did it together from school. But
Right.
then I took a pause from that, and then, Steve, I've known Steve practically from birth, right?
Yeah.
We've known each other like our whole lives. So he's always loved music. He's
Right.
always Steve me, boy, your father's still on my father record, because back then, like the whole family's involved in music going back.
Right.
Like my dad with Swinging Stars, Steve, we've always listened to music growing up.
Right.
House parties, like our parents, my wife, Steve's cousin, we go to a house party, all of us, they send us all upstairs, go upstairs. And they
Right.
downstairs and
Mm.
fete going on till what time in the morning. waking up, who on top of who's jackets on top. That's how it was in the 70s, right? So we all grew into music. So, then like in the 90s, I remember Steve had like a little mixer, on a little Radio Shack mixers, and I saw like, we all do it. And a couple partners were over, and he had like one little portable CD Walkman and then a CD player. And if I was looking up, they were trying to mix. I'm like, what are you guys doing? And I said, watch that. So I did it. And it's catching time. All of a sudden, everybody was having fun.
Right.
So Steve had lots of CDs. I only had a few because my life was so busy with electronics, and I was actually fixing equipment for guys like Rampage and all these other people, like always fixing everybody's gear. So, I said, Steve, you know what? I just went to the store, went up buying a CD player, like it was the Newmark, I think we got, right?
But hold on. Before you get that far,
yeah, let's get some input from Steve.
Yeah, before you get that far, I mean, I Neil's a little older than me, but I grew up watching Neil play, with some of those guys that he spoke about, like at house clubs, playing house music in Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
And, when I moved back to Toronto from Dominica, I came back with that love of music, but it was, the Booyah had just started, like, WCK and those bands, for Serenade, so I came back with that influence, and, he was heavily involved in, house music and all that sort of stuff. And, I remember really having to beg him to teach us how to mix, and we didn't have equipment. We had, as he said, like a portable CD player, like a Walkman, and a Radio Shack mixer, I begged enough that he came around, and we decided, hey, like, we could do something with this. Let's buy our first CD mixer at the time. Like, nobody was playing CDs, everybody was still playing records. So that was the genesis of it all.
Where did you buy your first set of equipment? Do you remember that? Do you remember the day you guys
everything was Spectacular? Yeah, it was Spectacular Sound. We went to Leroy, and everybody knows I'm gonna. That was Eglinton West. Leroy and Winston, man. Yeah, man.
That's like Marley and Eglinton there.
Eglinton.
Yes, Spectacular Sound.
We leased it basically. I think we had to pay like a certain amount every month, so we had to find ways to make that money.
Down payment. Oh, is that it?
That was Steve's first mixer we started on. We had that back in the 80s. Every DJ from like probably Dr. J, everybody around our age knows this, that had turntables, knows this. If you don't know this mixer and didn't splash it with WD-40 in the crossfader, you never started DJing.
Wow.
The amount of those I used to fix.
I remember my cousin having one like that.
I tell you that. You see, the little black one with the wood on the side.
Yeah, my brother has vintage.
Your dad probably had one too.
Wow.
DJing in the 70s, we got the equipment from Spectacular Sound. We started there, and then I don't remember we got speakers. We did like a little house party here.
We built our own speakers. Actually, the
I forgot. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I actually built everything. I totally forgot. I like that stuff. So I don't even know where half that stuff. I built it. Some amps we bought from Rampage, just here and there, put equipment together, rented stuff. I did like the whole disconnect for the power distribution to get the full sound system, and then we just started having parties, right?
So the parties, were they happening in your house? Were they house parties or just playing out?
The very first one was a house party. It was actually the Dominica's prime minister's wife's brother, where they were staying, right? I think Steve, right? Up in Mississauga. Yeah, and we had a house party. We brought these IKEA style CD tray holders. like 4 of them. And I was like, instead of crates of records, because all my records I had those things like all over the city with all DJs, right?
Yeah.
So those
Right.
all CDs. So we're like coming out with CDs, like CDs,
Yeah.
and just started like that, and then
That was an expensive habit.
yeah, we were always
Yeah.
at HMV every Friday or all
Every
of us
Tuesday,
going down
music came out.
Yeah,
We were
Sam the
there.
record man.
I still remember
Yeah.
the cost of CDs back then. It started at $16 and up.
Yep.
Yeah.
yep. So yeah, we go to Sam and then go across the street lower down to HMV. That's right.
Yeah.
So we go downtown and stuff like that, right? And then music library open. There's so much places. Bad Lad, music. That was
Right.
later on,
Yeah.
right? But
They
we
knew
yeah,
us.
we,
They knew us well.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Play the
And
record
also-
like everybody, right?
And also, I would go back to Dominica and get music from everybody.
That's it.
Whitey Cole,
Right.
Gary's Record Shack.
Yeah. Yeah. According to Dominica, yeah, said.
Yeah,
I
said
mean, I had live cassettes and recordings from everybody. I mean,
Right.
to this day, Burning
Still
Flames calls me for their lives. So
Yes.
okay.
yeah, a lot of them.
I
So
heard
you're-
something about that, you know.
You guys are answering most of the questions that I want to ask. Just by your story alone, like what inspired you? That was part of it, you know. And that's
Just well, you go ahead. You tell her what inspired you. My list is long, so
I mean, for me, I think Neil touched on it earlier. I've always had the love for music. I mean, I have a lot of respect for people who create the music, the bands, the artists, the producers, and I'm sort of in awe. Like I was listening to Skyo talk earlier, and for a country the size of Dominica, the amount of talent that comes out of that place, it's phenomenal. Like I can't think of anywhere else where there's so many people, or so many like talented artists and producers and stuff. It's really amazing. So I mean, from a young age, I sat next to Keith from WCK in high school. A lot of my friends are in the industry, and I was a regular at Whitey Cole's record store, getting mixes. I mean, one of my favorite genres of music is compas, so I was always in there. And I think I took that love of music with me to Toronto, and I think we were able to jump on the wave early on, when there wasn't really a lot of soca in Toronto. I mean, outside of a very few promoters and groups that were doing it.
Right.
So we were really early in the game.
okay.
yeah, like as Steve is saying that's actually why Blackberry was formed. I remember I took my trip back to Dominica. I was born there, grew up here, like came here when I was 2, so didn't really even know much about Dominica. Went back when I was 11, just after Hurricane David. Not really much exposure to music. It was Carnival, so I kind of saw it at a young age. It was like culture shock for me, but growing with Dominican parents and family, and it's just being there was different. I was like, whoa. Then I went back when I was 18, probably the best time of my life, because that's when like Steven went back. We were all teenagers at that time, and like young people could have a good time. And that's when I met Cornell, and I was
Right.
amazed with the stuff this man could do, because I was singing. A lot of Toronto people came down, so they know me from DJing, like Steve said, a lot of the house, like clubs and stuff, old places, being around a lot of the old DJs like Sunshine and all these. I'm not even getting like Toronto, like, and I started singing popular house songs to Cornell, where he used to play there on Bath Road, and we had like almost like a little blocko, and he was just
Right.
playing it back. I tell him what beat to do, then I would sing the notes to him, and everybody from Toronto was looking like, how's this happening? And it blew my mind that this guy could just, to this day, to me, that man is just like I can't explain the man's brain when it comes to that. I'll never forget that. So that's when I got introduced to Bouillon, right? The whole CK's first album, right? Which is,
Right.
where is it? It was up on the wall. Where'd it go? Ah, it fell down. I
Yeah.
have it right. Where the hell did I put it? I forgot to pull it out. But anyways, it's there, and it's signed, and it's just like that's the One More Sway album, and that's my first introduction to fusion. Was called fusion back then, like with
Yes.
Flames, Heart Attack, Jam
Jam
Band,
band, yeah.
17
um,
plus.
17 plus, CK, like that whole 138, 140 BPM, and Trini's thought we were playing the music fast.
Yes.
I started to laugh, right? Because them they were doing like 120 BPM, because I
Yeah.
grew up in a house full of soca too, because I have a lot of friends that from Trinidad, like it traveled all over.
Yes.
So I was just a lover of Caribbean music
Yeah.
general, but I always had that closeness with the faster tempo stuff. So we had our small island, which people call small island, but so
Mhm.
all the fusion islands, all the islands, Lesser and Greater Antilles, that nobody played. So we said, you know what, we're gonna play our stuff because there's a market out there for that.
All right.
So we were playing the Zouk. I'll say to this day, we made Zoukla, and I will not be humble about this. We put Zoukla on the map for
Facts.
everybody who did
Facts.
not know Zoukla, because Blackberry has always played that
Yeah.
from the early '90s in every jam. I had one DJ. I'm not gonna call his name. I don't think he DJs anymore. He's a Trini DJ, and he thought the song. This was like back in 2012,
Mm.
and then he said he thought the song was made in 2005. I said, bro,
5
you're
years
about
old.
26. You're about 26 years off. That song
Yeah.
was back
Yeah.
in '82.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? I go, that beat, but you listen to it today, and it's still timeless,
Yep.
right? So we made sure we were playing that. So a lot of the people, like the other DJs are good friends of ours, Dr. J, Court Jester,
Yeah.
Bandit, all of them. They're just like, a lot of them are doing soca and stuff, but we came, it was like they saw there's a market. They're like, what's going on here? Like this music, Flames, and they're hearing music from all over, Dread and the
Right.
Ballhead, all these bands from all the islands, and we didn't care. We were doing it with no fear,
Right.
and that was the difference with us as Blackberry, right? So, and everybody, Steve was never background. Steve was background, foreground, because there was a lot of input from everybody for that. Bert came on the scene too,
Mhm.
and there was a lot of input of, you know, doing it. And so we were touching all islands. So we had people from all islands coming to our parties, right? We weren't trying to compete with anybody. We're just trying to do something
Do
different,
your own
right?
thing.
When
Yeah.
we hear you talking, you speak in the past tense.
Yeah.
Let's bring it forward to the present tense. a little. What is Blackberry? First of all, how did you come up with the name? And what is Blackberry Sound Crew doing today? Like, what are you guys doing?
Ask Steve. He came up with the name. He came up with the name.
Man, you know what? That's a weird, funny story. Like, I had, as Neil was saying, like, I collected music. I still have, like, my CD collection is, I don't know, tens of thousands probably.
Yeah.
And back then I had a couple hundred probably, and we had CDs that people that supported us from day one, like Jawa and a couple of these guys. So what I was doing was marking the CDs. I was putting like a little label on them with a label maker, so that my CDs wouldn't get mixed up with his. And I was just trying to think of quickly of a name to use, and Blackberry, the sweeter the sound, the sweeter the juice. I think that was the moniker we used at the time.
The darker, the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice, or something like that. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Actually, I think it's on the poster behind you now.
Is there the model?
It actually no, that's the who got the juice.
Who got the juice? Yeah.
Who got the juice? Right.
Yeah.
So I remember that logo being everywhere in the 90s, like into the early 2000s. That logo was every party that was happening.
Well, we put in the work, man. I'll tell you, we did.
Yeah.
I
mean, it was a different time too, right? You're talking physically moving stuff. Now DJ's walking with a laptop or two
Sounds
USB sticks to slap in the new Pioneer players. It's like,
Yep.
we had to do the work. I mean, before people had to turn down windows with like this, now we just push a button on our phone, right? To
True.
put down the window in the car. So everything
So what are you
evolved.
trying to say? That DJs today are not DJing like they're not really
No,
DJing?
no, you know what? I never I hate to hear DJs say, "Oh, you don't have on headphones, you wrecking the craft. You never knew it was like to carry stuff." You know what? That's all well and good, but you know what? There's DJs out there that are amazing like that, and it's for everything's relative. We had our time for that being relative. We were doing stuff like I remember we were on the first Socar Die with Dr. J. He put us on like Juve and stuff, and the stuff we were doing on stage, and I would just go crazy on the CD player for what it could do at the time, and I would just make it do because it's just something we used to do. I remember watching Kid Capri with a turntable, jiggy 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 jiggy, and then he just stopped and he went do 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 do, and he was beating the turntable like a beat because the time it's analog, so anything hits a needle, and he's just beating it and scratching it. I was like, wow, okay, now I get it. So I would just try to come up with crazy ways of doing that with the digital equipment, right? Just do something crazy, spin backs, the loops we used to do. Like, traveling to New York, I realized a lot of DJs, well, we realized DJs weren't looping. Where they saw us looping and doing stuff, they were going like, what's going on here, right? Or mixing it up or dropping out, or just the beats that we used to get. Or, between Bert and Steve, the beats we get, produced, like Kim Puss, a lot of the CK, just a lot of different Dominican groups. We had like custom rhythms and stuff, and we would just do all kind of crazy stuff with it, right? That's just what we had then. Like, DJs now, they have a lot more electronics they can do.
Yeah.
We didn't have those toys, so we carried stuff, but I can't mess with that stuff today. That's
it's just like our parents telling us how much water they had to tote before they went to school and all kind of things.
I just go upstairs now and press the fridge and the water comes out. It gives me time to do other things, but it's just everything is relative. So, more power to whoever can do it, whatever. Yeah. I started mixing with cassettes. My dad had a cassette player with a pitch control, still has it somewhere. And I was mixing with that, a little pitch control.
Is it the silver one he has in his thing? Because I see.
No. It's a Yamaha. He might have taken it down. It used to be up there in the same spot you're talking. It was angle slant. And I would clean the head. I'd line it up for it, make sure it's proper. I'd adjust the zero with putting the same record. And everybody knows me, that crazy technical guy. And I would just make sure everything's zero. And then, record to another one with a record playing. And, before I got to 1200, I can tell everybody, give me cake and I'll mix it. I don't care, man. Music, it's just the love of music. So
no, you definitely make it look easy though. like I work next to Neil sometime, and it's like it's no fuss. It's like, well, you want to see something? Watch this. You guys like, he does it like it's nothing. It's like,
well, he's been doing it for decades. I mean, so
36 years, right? And so I'm just like, I'm done. I'm done, but I'm not done.
Yeah.
That was a question that I was going to ask. Are you guys looking to do this? Like, Mace, I don't know if you know Maceo from Toronto. He's still going. That was my dad's friend.
Winston.
Winston.
Never heard of him.
Exactly. He was around in my dad's time, and he's still doing it. Yeah. Bad Lad, same thing. So are you in retirement? Like, what's going on, guys?
I want to say I'm retired, but like, we're still doing identity, like the New York parties, like that stuff. I personally just take a back seat from just weddings, all the little, Steve's in New York, right? It's just all the, we still come together because Dominique can still want us to do stuff, but just not like, we're older now too, right?
It can't be what it was.
No.
And as Neil alluded to, there was a point in time where, one summer we did like 13 or 14 weddings. I feel like we married half the Dominicans in Toronto.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. And then we were still doing parties.
And we were doing parties.
And still traveling to New York and going here and going there.
We would like to continue doing the big things. not as often. And really, what we've been trying to do is, make space for, those coming behind us, right? Island Therapy
Navi.
is our people.
Pointing up to Navi.
Yeah. So,
But what about also teaching the craft to not just making the way, but creating the way, in a sense,
Well,
teaching the craft?
so right now, one of my good friends, his son, I call him like my nephew. You know, West Indians, everybody's uncle and auntie are closest friends. I call him my nephew, right?
Yeah.
DJ Brendan, right now, like there's no CD player behind me. He has it using, right? I need equipment, I can get it. I lent it to him because with COVID and everything, you can't get equipment. Things are taking long to come in. I said, listen, Brendan, he's like 14. I gave him the stuff. I got him hooked up, music, and his dad knows a lot of artists, a lot of producers from Trinidad.
Yeah.
So get him started up with a drive with music. Got Serato started up from about a year ago. This man has been on like radio in Toronto, 105. He's been a few times. He's doing high school. He has a party coming up end of year for his school, and he's just blown up. And that's my way to give back because I told him, listen, the love you have is the love I have. Use my equipment. I'm not using it. It's okay. Just use it. I want you to do something you love and enjoy it. It's not sitting there taking dust. And I love to see the youth take it on, right? So
Yeah.
that's the only person I've mentored a couple young DJs, but not a lot. Like so, but I'm always willing to help, right? I've never been one greedy because it's not what you have, it's what you do with it.
Yeah.
You sit down in a party, I got that record, somebody tell you, I'm like, yeah? When's the last time you played it? And when would you play it? And then they sit there. I said, exactly. But that guy right now is playing it at the right time, or that person is playing at the right time, and look at the crowd.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. I can give you my whole collection. I don't care. I will still cut your tail. You know what I mean? So I get cocky like that. But that's I'm saying in a way that's how you have to think of it. Don't think of it as like, oh, I have to have all of this. I have to, and don't give nothing. If you share, you learn more.
Yes.
When you share with other people. Sharing is caring.
Yeah, I'm happy to hear you say that actually.
Yeah.
A lot of people in the business and and in different industries, especially our own people, we don't want to help people sometimes because we don't want to see other people strive. And that's where we get stagnant and our music and our craft and our businesses don't grow the way they should because
and one more thing, sorry. The biggest thing about that too, because I heard that you guys talking with Psycho there about the marketing. That music is not for us. Our job as DJs is to play it for people, to like it, for them to go stream whatever they can do, buy whatever. So our job is to play it. I'm not just giving it to random people. The music, like I have a little record pool there. That sticks between DJs and producers and artists, right?
Mm-hmm.
So anything that comes out, like part of Team Soca DJs, so a lot of DJs on that list, right? Some artists, some DJs, some producers. So there's about 80 DJs there. So anything comes out, it's with all the DJs. The job is to play it, get the masses out there, push it for the artists. That's what you have to be doing, right? As DJs. And a lot of DJs tend to forget that. Right? It's not about. Go on.
Yeah, I was just going to add though that in addition, I think we've tried to help others in terms of promoting the music from Dominica specifically, and where we can, give our input in terms of what the market outside of Dominica is looking for. And that's kind of controversial because some people have received that well and others don't. But as I said, like we've never been as Neil said, we're just distributing. We're never competing with the people who are creating, and that is really their space. But I think as sort of the interface between the people in the kitchen and the patrons, we're that medium, and I think we can give a lot of good feedback where that is concerned.
Yeah, yeah.
But how have some of these artists even take, like, I don't want to call it criticism, but like I have spoken to some artists myself, right? And do you feel like some of them will actually listen though, or?
Oh yeah, some of them really do. But I don't want to go down a rabbit hole, but some of them really do.
Hey, you're on Dissect, so dissect the thing.
Listen, I actually went to school for studio production, and there's small course on psychology dealing with artists and producers.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
interesting.
it's egos. Okay, there's a lot of egos, but you got to know how to positively reinforce the ego. Like you hear something in the art, like the mix, and you're like, "That's not right." You can't say that sucks. You be like, you know what? I like that, but let me try one thing to it. Tell me what you think. So you know that part's not good, but you don't tell them that. So you do that. And then when they hear it, they're like, whoa. And I did that with a band in Toronto, right? So
Novelist, I was kind of on your page when you guys asked the question about what it is that was needed to propel Booyah forward, for example.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with you. I'm not convinced that it's the marketing. And the reason I say that is because if you listen to the music, for example, coming out of Trinidad for the last couple of years, it's Booyah, right? They've taken our music and remixed it, basically, right? So I don't think our problem is necessarily marketing specifically the music. I think we need to figure out a way to be the forefront of it, or recapture it and stake our claim, right? And whether or not that's creating songs that are more collaborative with. I mean, we have so many artists in Dominica. If they came together and made an album or a song, that went places, and it starts from there.
They got to stop fighting down each other too.
Facts.
It can't be like hip hop. How hip hop is at East Coast, West Coast. This one. I'm just so over all of that. It's like you don't hear the Trini artists doing that. They're just all about vibes. Like, you know me, I'm around a lot of different people, especially at Trini, and I know a lot of artists and producers in the soca. Like it's about it's vibes. Okay. Like I'd love to tell Booyah artists, like for example, they got to give us DJs intros to start with. I mean, I started playing music as a child. I grew up in a band, Swinging Stars and Silhouettes, my dad and Zano. So I actually grew up playing music. So drums, keyboards, brass, anything with 3 valves, brass, mess with the trombone, anything. And it's the way music is created. The mind does not want anything too complicated.
Mm-hmm.
You think of the simplest shirt, the simplest outfit, the simplest car, the simplest house, the simplest interior. That's what your mind captures. But if it's too busy, you're like, yo.
It's too
your
much
mind shuts down.
Yes.
Right. And that's the science behind the music. You cannot think about the best song you can make, anything. Look at Zoukla, okay? It starts off simple and it builds.
Yes.
Look at any song Kes does, okay? It starts off simple, right? Is boom. I got one feeling today, and then all of a sudden, let me jump, and then it just explodes, crescendo. Like people forgot. When you look at Asa, okay? I think it was Freeze, one of the soca DJs, when he went to Notting Hill. That song was, that song was like 4 or 5 years old. We were all playing it, but nobody knew it in the masses until he played it, because he took that chance. Yeah. He's good like that, right? Yeah. And all of a sudden it blew up. Asa blew up. Okay.
Yep.
That put Asa on the map. We all know that. But look at how it starts off, like boom, down, tickety boom, down, tickety boom. So it's easy for a DJ to mix. Yeah. And all of a sudden you hear it build. What we're known for, the gong show, right?
Yeah.
That is how you have to make. You can't make the music with beginning, middle, and end to the whole song.
True.
Nobody wants to watch a movie like that. You have to build the song, either as a vocal, Give the DJs. You can't just start talking and thinking everything right away. You can't do
Right.
anything like that because then it becomes one monotonous thing. It's not attractive to the people, right? Trinis have learned to take the bouillon, the jab. They fuse it all together and they'll sit there and take their time and they'll wait and they'll get that, And another thing, not to take more time, but you see, like Mato, what they can do also for the people. Mato will do a rhythm, but he'll try to make sure one of the local artists, okay, put Marshall on it, put Patrice on it, put this one on it. But he'll
Right.
try to make sure there's a local artist to give them some exposure on
Right.
that big rhythm.
Yes.
So when we do a rhythm that captures people, we have to, if we give it out, like um, I don't want to bring Data into this. Data's done a lot of great stuff, but if there's a way, and I don't know the politics there, Data does stuff, and it came out wicked. He does a rhythm, slide a local artist that may work on it into the rhythm, give
Right.
some exposure, things
Yes.
like that. Now, I'm not calling Data out; he's a good guy.
Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah.
giving you no
Example.
example because
Yeah.
one of his, a few of his things have got big. So
Yes.
that's an example of marketing and how you can make, you
Mm.
know, that's how you get your local talent out there. You got to
So,
take your time. Just because you make something doesn't mean everybody has to like it.
That
It
is
has
true.
to be
so
pleasing to the people, and you got to take constructive criticism,
yeah,
right?
essentially it's a business, right? That they don't. A lot of people get into singing. Oh, I love singing. It comes intrinsically. I didn't have to work for this, but they don't know the business aspect of the music
Here,
business. So
here's the
that's what's
problem too.
lacking.
Here you hit the nail on the head too, because when we used to do it, you said don't go back, but this is where you have to go back.
Yeah.
We used to carry all this equipment. Everything costs money. If you want to go in a studio and record, the money you spend, so you better be good. But
Mm.
now we
True.
open a laptop,
Good to go.
right? I have a tune. So everybody have a tune.
Nothing to
Okay.
work
So
for.
I don't want to say that there's no thought involved because there are a lot of skills out there.
Yeah.
But the thought you have to talk was okay, I really have to come good because this is business now because I don't want to be wasting my money. So that's why back then when you heard a song, it would last so long because I'm spending money on this. But
Yeah.
now we're just like I can't tell you my emails are flooded with songs and artists I can't even afford. Like I don't even know half these people. I don't have time to listen to it. But it's
Right.
just I had to like block out some DJ pools because
I
there's
mean,
just too much stuff coming out
and
like
Neil,
that.
to your point, right? If you go back and you listen to, you know, uh, old CK songs, right? These are the songs we remember. We remember rap
Yep.
and all the old RSB and um, effects, all these, you know, I mean, we remember Clockers and Bushtown. We remember these songs, and
Yep.
somebody has to tell you, name every song on, you know, the last or that came out, or the last, or name five Booyah songs that came out this year.
Exactly.
It might be a struggle.
Yeah. But
Maybe
then
we're not
I can
listening.
name
I
you,
don't want to say that, but
but
uh,
we can name 5 songs off of CK's album, the band off the bandwagon chain, because that whole album was just crazy, right?
Yeah.
or Triple K,
The
like
Medvey album, yeah, or Triple
Right.
K. There's just you could just name because you know, and I don't know what it is. I don't want to call out anybody. I don't know. I don't want to say they're not giving it the extra time to cook. Like you can't rush a meal. I don't know. I don't want to say that, but
Right.
it's compared to then and now, and you can't sit there complaining. But people don't like it.
Right.
Give something they like. If they don't like it, ask why.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
let me go back, and don't take it a negative way. You know what you're doing. Take that in a way to boost it forward. Ask a question. Don't
Mm-hmm.
just hold that. Do this.
And
You don't
that's
like my thing. You can't be like that. You have
that's
to. We do our parties. We ask. Did you enjoy it? Nah, that was nonsense. Do that again. Okay, no problem. We don't hang up our shoes. We come back and we do it again better.
yeah.
Right?
Master your
That's
craft.
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
That's it.
Exactly. You gotta humble yourself, take in the criticism,
Mhm.
everything.
Yeah.
Right?
Hmm.
But you made a point earlier, Neil, about the spacing in the music, and I remember DJ Alfie telling Skinny, and this is like 96, 97 around those times. Boss,
Yeah.
give us some space in the bouillon, man. But every time we come in, your voice from the top to the end of the song, and now you're saying that it's like, yeah, you are right. Cause when
Think of
I'm playing those
any
songs in
song.
my head, it has space.
Think of any song
Yeah,
that has gone
yeah,
long and people like, and prove me wrong. I'll do a YouTube channel. Prove me wrong.
yeah. No, you're
Right?
right. I even had to put
I
myself in the
I
position of me
I used
playing
to
music, and it's the same
Yeah.
thing.
I had to play Mozart music in school, like classical. So I listened to every genre of music. You guys
Right,
know I listened to rock, ska, new wave stuff for like stuff you wouldn't even like. You're like, what is that? I
right,
because it's how I grew up in Toronto. I was in like Steve said, I was in these clubs and the stuff. The English beat, the beat, the Cult, the Cure, all these bands. You're like, who? It's like I was
Hmm.
playing that, and then I was mixing up "Stand by Me," all
right.
those old classics on a house beat without Bob Marley, and then we're doing this, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like every one of those songs touches you. Why? Look at how the song is constructed:
yeah,
beginning, intro, climax, end. Right?
yeah,
Not ah.
yeah. We don't even get bridge in music. Like you remember, so even soca calypso had a bridge. No more bridge in
Breaks.
music. Yeah,
The
breaks.
break,
None of that
just
no
like
more.
the break dancing came from the
Yeah,
breaks in the song.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Right, the break.
yeah,
Every think of any reggae song. Think of anything.
yeah,
Imagine if reggae started off with just a whole heap of. Look at a
yeah.
lot of the new
Sure.
dancehall songs. I'm not even gonna get started on that. I guess like this is think of why it's not appealing. Okay,
Yeah.
think about a lot of it why it's not appealing. Forget
Yeah,
all the slackness and everything. It's just like what's
Yeah.
happening here,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it's just
But
it's
This is why I'm saying you guys need to teach this stuff to people.
well, people
Because
have to they want to have to learn it
I want
too,
to learn.
right? They
Like
have to want to
Alistair,
listen.
we learn a lot from Blackberry. Steve
Yeah.
Steve took a lot of time with us. Neil took a lot of time with us too, and
Mm.
even Ben, Big Ben, right?
Mhm.
So
Bert, yeah,
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 you're right. It's who wanna listen.
yeah,
Well, you know,
you can't mentor
yeah.
someone that doesn't want to be mentored.
facts.
You
No,
know,
Fact.
and this
no.
one of the parts that's missing in this. I mean, besides the music, is the business part of it. I think you guys touched on that.
Hmm.
You
Yes.
know, it's a business at the end of the
Yep.
day.
Yep.
Anything that you do um, as a hobby. I mean, we do it for the love of the music, but at the end of the day, we had equipment to buy and
Right.
music to buy. We had to put gas in our car to get from
Mm-hmm.
one place to another, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I think we've always tried as well to teach people the business aspect of it, you know, um, because that's where you have longevity in this. You know, if you if you if you don't play your cards right, you're off the table pretty quickly.
Right.
Facts.
Yep, yep.
Facts.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
throughout this years, um, you guys been around. It's not just a sound crew anymore. You guys actually have your own events, like you mentioned, identity. You guys do. I know you guys do New York and Miami every year.
Yeah,
Everything else,
Miami. Yeah, Miami kind of like take a take. We'd play. We used to play with oh my gosh, I'll
it's
tell
Riverland.
sucks
you
and
another
punch.
time. Riverland, Mass. I want to say Island, Riverland, Mass.
All right.
So yeah, we would, DJ on the truck for them. And she would team up with Giselle Wassy one. It was always the last truck.
That's
That was a
Mm,
hot truck near the end, right?
yeah.
So yeah, kind of just taking a step back from it, just getting older, just that whole getting up and off the truck. I mean, three
you need
sets
to
a
walk
night,
out.
and I'm like, I'm done. But like New York is something we like to like the Friday night with foreign
Oh
base, the
gosh.
boat ride.
Right.
Love that, right? And then like the Sunday, um, well, I got to talk to Steve West, see what's going on with that. That's a big one. You know the one in Mount Vernon?
Twilight. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah. And
Yeah.
then like
COVID,
Caravana,
COVID kind of put some brakes on us in
yeah.
terms of
A lot
events,
of us. All of us.
Yeah.
but Caravana this year we definitely back.
All
Um,
Yeah,
right.
so Novelist will be
Identity.
getting that call.
yeah.
All right.
You know,
All right. Same location.
Same
same
spot.
location.
Okay, so you
Spot
guys gotta
30 locked.
include me.
Spot's already locked.
All right. What? I used to know this address like that because I always had a is it 1700 Nugget? 1700
Oh,
Nugget Avenue. So
Yeah.
Caravana Sunday, you
Yeah.
just heard it. So um
mhm.
so the only thing that's not in play it's Labor Day Sunday,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Sorry,
Well,
I'm looking at the comments too. Nigel Court, all these people. I'm just reading.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Labor Day is definitely it's coming. So the guys that we work with, the guys we work with here, um, we've been talking. So we want to come back in a big way. So
All right.
look out for that.
You
Yeah.
guys heard it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been what, 2-3 years, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Been a hard
Yeah.
two,
A
three
good
years.
while.
I,
A
I
good
I
while.
know this Caravana Sunday is going to be you know it's going to be a different energy. People we missed 2 years, so
Yep.
it's going to be. And we
And
want we want to do something, you know, definitely to unite everybody. We want to bring, all the guys in.
all right,
I haven't called anybody yet, but you know, definitely Island Therapy is on there. I need to
right.
call Bert, Big Ben.
Yeah.
We got to make sure
We
that
gotta finish
the
it.
whole
Yeah.
the whole
Finalize.
family the whole family's together.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
People like it. People like the collaboration. They like the smiles. It's never been a battle. It's not a mission. Sorry, it's a
Yeah,
mission, not a competition. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
Yeah.
yeah.
And they feel like I was looking at the comment that Ralph put there. Like,
Yeah.
I really appreciate that, Mr.
Do you want
P.
me to read it out to you
Yeah,
again?
Yeah, you can put it
Okay.
back up because that
Yeah,
was
put
that
up
was
the
so,
really
comment
good,
again.
and that's coming from an artist producer. Okay, so
uh,
that's
Nika, can we see that comment
if you can,
from
Yes.
Derek Rapidas?
Yes.
yeah,
There we go. What is it?
I was reading it as well.
yeah.
He's
I remember we brought up CK like a few times like back in the days too. So we
That's
we
what's up.
know them guys. We know that
Yeah.
they know the struggle.
We were
know the
actually the first
struggles.
people to bring them to Toronto.
Yeah,
Oh, you guys are the first to
So
bring WCK
Yeah.
up.
yeah. And they
Oh,
they,
yeah.
they know the struggles. We know the struggles, right?
Yeah.
Like look at the things like you remember things from Ross saying, is it fio that make the booyah? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
No,
that those little things like get lost. Like
Cody.
you remember things like certain artists had ways of doing things or saying things.
Yeah.
Like now it's just everybody's an artist, but nobody has.
Yeah.
I don't want to call it a gimmick, but Ra always had something, and he just said, "Boy, like his kicks," but he's right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
We don't have that feel self, right?
Yeah.
I'll never forget. that.
Accordion for those who
Yeah.
don't know Fio Fio is.
Right.
yeah.
I
But
don't know where we got
No,
that
no,
name
no.
Fio Fio.
but you see how it stick. Just like a partner go get something. Hey, come play football. Who's that? Yeah, blue shirt. Baps, his name is Blue Shirt, right?
Yeah.
That's what it is, right? It sticks with you. It's not
Yeah.
going anywhere. You have it for life. It's
Yeah,
staying
that's
just
it.
like that. You know what I mean? So
Oh man, that's amazing.
Wow, so much foundation, so much history, so much
yeah.
wealth of
Found
knowledge.
it.
The two of you. Wealth of
Found
knowledge.
it.
Oh,
All
sweet.
signed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All signed.
original.
That's the first. Yeah, the original album. Right?
I have a whole bunch of. I don't have that one, but actually I have
Yeah.
from 95 to 1999 all signed. But
Yeah.
like one by Ra, one by Cornell, one by
Yeah.
yeah. So
They
that
did a lot. They
Yeah.
did a lot.
definitely did a
Yeah,
lot.
they did a lot.
Definitely did.
I mean, there's other bands, yes, but these guys are just, the close to us. Like, to me, they were like one of the first ones, and because I know the family and the whole,
right.
they did a lot. There's a lot that
Yeah.
happened there with us and them. So,
Yeah, for sure.
Balance Bati, still like, if you go anywhere in the world and they hear Booyah, oh, CK,
Yeah.
Balance Bati, like DJs that are non-Dominican, you know what I mean? It's, CK, Balance Bati.
Yeah.
I'm non-Dominican. And I am non-Dominican, and that was the first and the only song that, well, not only,
Yeah.
but foundation for me. Because
Mhm.
when I met, I was gonna call him by his real name. When I met Navi, I was introduced to Bouillon. I was 15. I was 15,
Right.
and I was introduced to Bouillon.
And for a segment of Prove Me Wrong, how does the song start? Simple. it builds
and it builds
explodes,
up,
That's
right?
and
right.
it
Prove me
actually
wrong.
breaks down smack down in the middle and builds right
Prove
back
me
up.
wrong.
That's
Exactly.
right.
And its song is still a staple song.
Right.
The
Facts.
song's not going any. That song is
No,
from, oh my gosh,
no.
you know,
It's classic.
for 25 years. That song's, I can't even remember the date of that song. I know it's 90 somewhere. Like it's just,
95.
it,
It came out in
it is
95.
95.
We're
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
aging
Uh,
ourselves right now. Like,
I
yeah.
remember I remember going down to DA and in 95, and I'm hearing these other songs like Too Show Too Flam and all these other songs, right?
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
heard Balance Batty, and I was like, yo, that's a nice song. But in
It
my
hit you.
mind, I did not know it was WCK. In my mind, this is like, I don't know, something from Barbados or something, right? Because it's Booyah, but it was different from all the other Booyah. That, you know what I mean?
They had
And
something different about it. It was just different, and it
yeah,
held you.
yep,
It held you. People have remixed it. I'm not gonna get
yep.
into that. I
Oh,
know
it's been
Raz
remixed.
watching. We're not gonna talk about that. People have
That
like
song been
remixed
remixed
it,
at least four or five
and
times.
Yeah.
and why and why? Because
Because
it's
it's
a
a big
great
tune.
song.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
exactly.
You know,
So man, this is some you know what? Like, I wish I could sit down here for another hour with you
for the
guys.
two shy guys that don't say much, we've had almost an hour of conversation.
oh geez,
Yes.
I didn't realize that.
And the funny thing about it, I haven't even gotten to any of my questions like that
Oh,
I have
sorry.
written down. No, that's
Yeah,
good. That is
yeah.
good. You made our job very easy, and there's so
Yeah.
much more information we can get
Yeah.
from you guys. So
Yeah.
this
Sharing
is
is
great.
caring, man.
Of course, of course, and that's one thing I could say about you guys, man. Like, obviously there's other DJs from Dominica up here that came before you guys, but where I stand, Blackberry is what Allen's therapy come from. That's what I see. That's you guys opened that door for us, right? So all my respect, all my heart, everything, and I've been a fan from day one. You know what I mean? I've been following.
Appreciate,
Appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
I've
Yeah.
even been on stage when I wasn't supposed to be on stage. It came post to you guys. So,
At
you know
top
what I
on
mean?
Shepherd, on Shepherd there.
Yes, David Shepherd
Separate
at
station.
Progress.
Yes.
Yeah, those places. So
At
it's
Sandos.
Yeah,
Sandals,
Club
that was it.
Sandals.
I'm trying to remember.
Club
It
Sandals.
changed names so many times. I was trying to remember the one
Yes,
Sandals. We had
Markham
to
and
climb up
Shepherd.
in the DJ. We had to climb upstairs in the DJ booth, and you guys were on stage in front.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But as we say that, we can't do this discussion without paying homage to some of the other guys who really played a big role in
Yes.
yeah.
Blackberry. So
Blackberry.
Bert came on from very early on.
Very
Right.
early. Yep.
He started as our mic guy, our MC.
Musical library too,
But
man. That guy's a
this guy's
library.
brain for music.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have never met anybody like him.
Yeah.
Like he has a computer for a brain in terms of music.
Big-
Bert would have a house party, right? And Bert
Right.
has a bag of cassettes, okay?
Yeah.
I've never seen anybody do this. Bert would think of a tune,
Yeah.
put a cassette, boom. I'm like, it's not even labeled. It has like a little thing. And this man would find the cassette in a bag, forward right to the song and play it. I'm just like, what's happening here?
So quick joke.
A brain.
A quick joke. Like when we first started doing CDs, we were burning our own CDs. We used to go to this guy's house who had a burner
Right.
to do it for us. I mean,
Yep.
and on every new CD we would create, Bert would write new tune. Right? I kid you not. But you can literally go through a folder and say, this is the one that we're looking for.
Track number 5 or something. Yes.
Yo,
Yeah.
true story.
That man.
Story.
I don't know. Bert does
No.
Bert. He has, and that's what like, I guess everybody loved about us, because everybody's just different, but
Yeah.
Together, and just put all that together and perform on stage or whatever, run behind the booth and make people enjoy themselves.
Yeah.
And then Joe would come in and out too.
Right.
Right.
So you got
Another
Ebony
little
Joe as
brain.
well.
Yeah.
There were a lot of people in the background. We mentioned him already. Impus was always around too, helping. And
Drum machine.
Yeah,
Yep.
we had people. I mean, we had
Yep.
free security at our first parties that we put
Yep.
together. People like
Yep.
Fitz and
Nice.
Boy,
yeah.
right. And
Sharing
then
is
like
caring, boy.
like other DJs too. Like I don't want to start call like Dr. J is one of my good friends too, right?
Right.
Dr. J, like the Bandit, like all these guys, Dwayne. There's just so many people like just along the way, just collaborated with us, put us on fets like um the one at Markham Fairgrounds there when
Oh yeah.
all the artists came.
Yeah, yeah.
Not all of was it all of we? I forget the name of it now. Oh my gosh.
No.
That was the one at Markham, not the boat ride. It was the one at Mark Sparrow was there. Flames came through.
Curtis
Alex
was it?
was Curtis, yeah, Curtis.
Yeah, that's the
Used
thing
to
they were
like
having every year, no? The
right.
annual
And
caravan or
Markham, yeah, and
whatever.
then yeah, it just
And
got too loud up there.
And
Right.
actually,
Yeah.
when the first year that we played there, that was the weekend we brought CK to Toronto.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And I was able to work with those guys to get CK at that show.
Yeah.
Right.
And then
See?
from there, they made the link to go to Miami. So, you know, the collaboration, you know, has always
everybody.
been there. You know,
Yeah.
and, yeah.
Good to people. The good back Earl up here, he used to have his pan T fet. Earl plays pan, right? So pan T fet, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
You said that, I was like, what? What?
Evan, yeah. Evan, right? Yeah. There's
Yeah.
so many people out there, just everybody, and we've always worked with them just back and
Right.
forth. Everybody's always been good. Like I must say the Toronto DJs are just hats off. I mean, there's always like one or two that may whatever, but on a whole, most of them I can't call it all their names. There's so many of them. You know,
Yeah.
Enforcers or Sokamana, Dr. J, Playhouse, Bandit, Jester, DOC, you know, Night Rider. There's so many people out there, right?
Right.
So many DJs. Right, and then MCs, Dirty Daz, E-Man, SKF. The list doesn't stop. Right.
Yeah.
Can't forget Presto, man. That's the man right
Yeah,
there.
right. So they're my boys, Rampage. You know, you got Specs, some King Turbo, and you got
Yeah.
oh my gosh, doesn't
Yeah.
stop. Right.
Wow.
Yeah,
So yeah.
man. Well, guys, this was nice. This is amazing.
Yes.
I hope we
I'm
could do
so
this again
shy.
next season because there's a lot of information, and like I said, this questions like I would like to get to even more for like Joe and Big Ben.
Yeah.
We didn't get to that, but respect is due. You guys did give them the props, and you know what I mean.
Mhm.
So we're gonna try for season 3. We'll talk about that, right?
No problem.
We tried for season 1. I don't know what happened. We couldn't make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was it was a woman thing. Let's leave it that way.
Okay.
The laptop caught COVID.
Yeah, yeah.
We couldn't do it. Everybody blames everything on COVID, blame it on COVID.
Yeah. It was a COVID thing.
I was just about to defend myself and my women, but
No, you wasn't there, but certain of us had
all right.
certain things to do with wives, and when it comes to
That's
men,
all
though,
right.
when it comes to wives, you have to do what you have to
okay,
do.
women as boss,
as-
we understand. The bosses spoke.
You know, Ra's
Is that-
right too. No, Ra's right too with George. I almost forgot about that. Carrington, George Carrington, the farm.
Oh yeah,
The whole of Toronto knows it as the farm vet.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That jam
so-
never had a name or well, I mean the house has an address, but nobody knows the address.
No, just drive up and go away
Go
till you
away.
see cars. I just turn there and just go there. Just park and just walk into the Lord houses lit. Right?
I brought this up, but
Yeah.
up till
Yeah.
let's say the fam was to go on this caravana, I would still have people calling me that's been going to the farm from
Where is
where
it?
I've been going in 1990 and still ask me, yo, how you getting there again? Or what's the address? No, what's the address?
Yep.
Crazy.
Yep.
It's the farm.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't mention them, but there's a lot of people in Toronto on the Dominican side that really helped us as well. I mean,
Right.
the Dominica Association, we used to play their boat rides every year, and some of
All
their
the
parties.
galas. Yeah, their galas. They've given us awards too.
Nice.
Frances Delso. She's done a lot. There's so many names to mention. Like
Yeah.
you said, like Ras said, we all succeed. If we work together, we all succeed. So
Right.
Exactly.
it's endless.
Yeah, I was gonna mention before I forgot. Kaza and Luke for the green and white. Like
Mhm.
Yeah.
there are a lot of people doing things, in the background, and everybody that you meet along your journey can really help
Play a
propel
part, yeah,
where you
for
are.
sure.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
All
Mhm.
right, guys. So,
All right.
anybody you guys want to big up before we get out of here?
Oh man, there's
I
there's
know you
so
guys
many
don't.
people out
Yeah.
there.
I know you
If we
guys don't
start, then
know
we're gonna leave some people out.
Yeah, I'm gonna
yeah,
say I don't get a big up. Why I don't get a big up? Like the
yeah.
Facebook and Instagram is gonna blow up and the DMs and how come you didn't big me up? It's like big up to everybody.
So everybody,
Everybody who was
safe,
on the
Yeah,
journey with
safe
us,
bet.
helped
Yeah,
us along the journey, or if we helped them, big up to everybody.
yes,
Yeah.
You
nice.
yeah,
know,
for sure.
it hasn't
Um,
ended, so
and definitely want to just shout out like everybody who supported us through the years. I mean, we've had a very faithful following. I mean, Identity has been going on for over 20 years.
Yes.
Um, people followed us from all kinds of different clubs in Scarborough,
Hmm.
and we're still doing it. So, you know, uh, we respect that people pay their hard-earned money. We don't charge a lot, but respect same way.
That's another thing. You guys don't charge a lot. Crazy.
that was the purpose
That
of the
was the
party
purpose.
though, because
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody just wants a little break. It's a last
Yeah.
laugh kind of thing for the
Yeah.
weekend, and it's like, yo, you
Yeah. You
know,
going so paying $25,
yeah,
1,700 nugget, man. Tell you.
yeah,
You
yeah,
save all your money for the drinks. Joe,
yeah,
bring the
yeah,
drinks.
there you go.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
part of the strategy.
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Man, Nigel still has his T-shirt.
Yeah.
Years
You,
ago.
you know, I was looking for my identity shirt to wear tonight. I was like, where? I can't find it. I know it's somewhere, but I can't find it. Yeah. Yeah. Look at this man. I have to turn around.
Oh yeah, and big up Twice Clothing.
For sure. Yes.
Guys.
Twice Clothing for all the T-shirts, over the years. Where is it?
Right.
Twice.
Yes.
So
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
Definitely
show
one
you
of the people who has
this.
supported us through time.
So,
Yeah.
how does one find out how to get on one of these identity parties? Like, how do they find you to find one of these top secret parties that you guys do?
It's not
Not
top
top
secret.
secret.
Just follow us on Instagram and you'll see when it comes. It'll be
Okay.
there on Facebook too. My Facebook is it'll have it too. Steve doesn't have Facebook. I have, but we're both on Instagram.
Okay.
So when we're ready to post it, if it's Caravana Sunday,
Yeah.
there may be other stuff happening around that time. You'll see it on our Instagram.
And you'll hear Island Therapy
Definitely.
talking a lot about
Yeah.
it between
Yes,
now and then.
that too.
And we have a Dissect page now. We will definitely post it on
It will
Dissect.
Yeah,
definitely.
We appreciate it.
appreciated.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. The Dissect Islands Therapy, same family. So
Nice.
Yeah,
yeah, the information will definitely be there.
yeah.
All right, man.
All
Thanks
right.
again, guys.
Thank you very much for the
Appreciate that.
Yeah, appreciate you guys coming, man.
All right.
Giving us your time, definitely. So I'll talk to you guys soon, though.
All right.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Cool.
Take
Take
care.
care.
Yes, that was the Blackberry Sound Crew, legends in the musical field out here in the Toronto area, and not just Toronto. You heard it, man. Mash up Miami, Dominica, New York, like just all over. Um, Not afraid to share the knowledge. Like I said, I work with these guys. They make things look easy. You don't get a headache dealing with any of these guys. You know what I mean? And the
Right.
other two guys they mentioned, Joe and Big Ben. A lot of you guys know Big Ben. Easy people to work with. Easy, very, very, very easy to work with. I don't get any headaches with them. So great show.
Great show.
And of course, we have to thank the man Ajmal, Skyo Peters, for giving us his blessings as well. Nice interview with him, and I'm pretty sure you'll see him next season.
Hmm.
So, hope you guys had enjoyed the show, man. Hope you guys, had a great time with us on Dissect.
Sure they did.
So,
Thank you so much for joining us. Tune in next week.
we'll see you guys next week. Have a blessed week, a blessed weekend. wait for the video for next week guest. I hope next week guest is you know what? Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys, man. It's been Dissect, TDN TV, Islands Therapy. Peace.
Yo, it's your boy GK on the spot again. Just want to invite you guys to check me out on Dissect on April the 30th, Saturday night at 7 p.m. I'm having this great interview on Dissect. So go ahead and check that out and you get to know a little bit about me. Save the date. Big up yourself, man. Out on Dissect.